What if I told you that men with a very active romantic history actually reveal themselves without even realizing it? Yes, you don't need a detective or a lie detector because their words give them away. And no, I'm not talking about bragging about their conquests. I'm talking about 7 very specific phrases that psychology says are verbal fingerprints of someone who has been around the block. Before we dive in, let me make this clear. Just because a guy says one of these lines doesn't automatically make him Casanova 2.0. But patterns matter. And if you start hearing 2, 3, or God forbid, all 7 of these phrases, girl, that's when your eyebrows should hit the ceiling. Stick with me until the end, because phrase number 3, once you hear it, you'll never look at casual conversations the same way again. Ready to decode the language of experience? Let's go. Dating can feel like walking through a minefield, right? You never really know what someone's intentions are, especially when they charming and saying all the right things. But here, sis, the truth. Psychology teaches us that people with certain patterns in their dating history often use specific language. Why? Because those words help them keep control, avoid commitment, and maintain a lifestyle they're used to. So today, we were breaking down 7 phrases that high-experience men use, and why each one is a giant, flashing signal. I'm going to give you the translation, the psychology, and the reality check you need to protect your heart and your time, because you deserve clarity, not confusion. And trust me, once you learn these, you'll never fall for the same lines again. Let's start with the biggest red flag of them all. Number 1. I don't do labels. Ah, yes, the national anthem of men who love freedom a little too much. I don't do labels sounds like he's cool, laid back, and allergic to drama, right? Wrong. Translation: I want all the benefits of being your boyfriend without actually being your boyfriend. Here's the psychology. This is called commitment avoidance. When someone has a track record of short-term flings, they learn that labels equal responsibility. Labels mean expectations, birthdays, loyalty, explanations for where they were Friday night when the Wi-Fi suddenly went out. So what does this line really signal? That he enjoys intimacy. But on his terms. He wants emotional support at 3 a.m., your Netflix password, and maybe even home-cooked meals. But don't you dare call him your man. Bottom line, when a guy says he doesn't do labels, he's not redefining modern love. He's keeping his options open. And if you want commitment, this is your cue to walk, not wait. Number 2. We don't need to talk about the past. This one deserves a standing ovation for creativity. On the surface, it sounds noble, like he's saying, let's live in the present. Reality check. Translation: if you knew my past, you'd sprint faster than Usain Bolt. Psychology calls this avoidance behavior. People with a complicated or, let's say, crowded romantic history often shut down conversations about their past. Why? Because revealing it could blow up their carefully curated, nice guy image. Think about it. If he had one ex from college, he'd laugh and tell you the story. But if his past looks like the extended cast of a reality TV show, suddenly he's Mr. Privacy. Whenever someone says, the past doesn't matter, girl, it matters. Big time. It's like your boss saying, don't worry about the fine print on your contract. Sweetheart, the fine print is where the skeletons are buried. So next time you hear this line, understand this isn't about mindfulness, it's about omission. And omission, my friend, is a red flag dressed up in Zen clothing. Number 3. I just go with the flow. Ah, the flow. Sounds peaceful, right? Like floating down a lazy river under the sun. Except this river has a destination. His convenience. I just go with the flow is the ultimate low-investment strategy. Here is the psychology. Men who rely on this mindset are signaling they've perfected the art of casual relationships. It's non-committal, flexible, and responsibility-free. A dream for anyone who's not planning to stick around. Here's the kicker. Going with the flow always seems to flow one way. He's not flowing into meeting your parents. He's not flowing into planning the future. Nope. The flow ends on his couch, with Netflix playing and his phone flipped face down. If you're looking for something serious, go with the flow is code for I am not mapping our future. I am mapping my escape route. Ask yourself, when was the last time the flow accidentally led to an engagement ring? Exactly. So if you hear this line, you have two choices. Float along and hope for a miracle, or grab your paddle and steer towards someone who actually knows where they're going. Number 4. We had a thing, but it wasn't serious. Ah, the classic. If you had $1 for every time you heard this, you'd have Jeff Bezos on speed dial. This line is all about minimization, a psychological tactic where people downplay past experiences to appear less complicated. When men say this, it's rarely about one casual fling. It's about shrinking a pattern of relationships into tiny, harmless things. Translation: if I told you how serious it felt to her or how many things there were, you'd a run for the hills. Reality check. If someone says, it wasn't serious, it usually was. To someone. He may call it a thing, but ask her, and she might tell you she met his family, had a toothbrush at his place, and was planning vacations. Why do they do this? To make their history seem lighter, cleaner, and less intimidating. But when you hear this phrase often, brace yourself, because those things add up fast. Bottom line, a guy who minimizes the past will probably minimize your present when things get tough. Number 5. I'm not like other guys. Ladies, let me hit you with some truth. If he has to say it, he probably isn't proving it. Psychologists call this impression management, a fancy term for people who try too hard to shape how you see them. Men who've been around the block know the stereotypes. So what do? Pull the ultimate reverse card. Don't lump me in with those players. Here's the irony. Men who truly aren't like other guys never say it. Why? Because their actions scream louder than their words. The more he says, I'm not like other guys, the more you should ask, then why are you advertising it? It's like someone wearing a t-shirt that says, trust me, I'm honest. If you were really honest, we'd know without the billboard. Bottom line, talk is cheap. Actions are priceless. Watch what he does, not what he declares. Number 6, I don't believe in settling down too young. On the surface, this one sounds profound, like he's channeling Socrates. I don't believe in settling down too young. Deep, right? Wrong. Translation: I need more time to explore my options, and by time I mean another decade. Here's the psychology. This is called rationalization. Men who've had multiple short-term relationships often use big-picture philosophies to justify keeping things temporary. It sounds wise, but it's actually a shield. What's funny? The men who say this often aren't too young at all. They're 28, 35, 42, still apparently in the spring of life. Ask them at 65 and they'll say, I don't want to rush. Bottom line, when someone uses this line, they're telling you they're not anti-commitment. They're anti-commitment with you, at least for now. Don't waste your prime years waiting for someone who's allergic to calendars. Number 7, I just need my space. Ah, the grand finale. The line that's been retired and unretired more times than your favorite Netflix series. I just need my space sounds innocent, even healthy. But here's the psychology. In many cases, it's a fear of intimacy response. When things start to feel real, like meeting parents or talking exclusivity, guys with a history of casual flings hit the eject button. Now, don't get me wrong, everyone needs space sometimes. A healthy partner says, hey, I need a little me time this weekend. Balanced, clear, respectful, but when this phrase pops up right after you ask for clarity or commitment, that's not space. That's an escape hatch. Translation: I like you, but not enough to give up my freedom. And if you stick around hoping he'll come back ready for more, you'll be waiting forever. Bottom line, respect his request, but also respect yourself. Space should never feel like a threat. If it does, that's your sign to step out and give yourself the love he can't. So what's the takeaway? One phrase alone isn't a crime. But when these lines start stacking up, I don't do labels. I just need my space. Let's not talk about the past. That's not coincidence. That's a pattern. And patterns don't lie. This isn't about shaming anyone. It's about giving you the power to recognize behaviors before you invest your heart and time. You deserve a relationship that feels secure, not like a guessing game. So, next time you hear one of these, smile, thank him for the honesty, and decide whether his flow matches your future. Now tell me, have you ever heard any of these lines before? Which one made you raise an eyebrow? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that bell, because in the next video, we re-flipping the script. The 7 things men say only when they re-serious about you. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one.